Welcome to another edition of the Nightly News. And you know what, Ted? We have tackled the attack that the DOJ has perpetrated on rank and file, we the people, Americans. Seems politically motivated to me. You've weighed in on this before, but I need you and our listeners want to hear what you have to think about this. Merrick Garland's DOJ just raided with a SWAT team the home of a Catholic pro-life individual. His name was Mark Houck, and he's the founder of the King's Men. And this is a not-for-profit charity trying to get male adults off of a pornography addiction. And they went into his home, guns pointing, beating on doors, scaring the living heck out of the Houck family and their 7 children. Over what, Ted? Something significant, wouldn't you think? Oh, wait a minute. There was a small altercation on the streets in front of an abortion clinic where an individual had accosted Mr. Houck's 12-year-old son, and the man had said, "Hey, get away from my 12-year-old." He was using profanity and other things, and finally Mark had had enough, and he went and he shoved the guy away from his 12-year-old. That's it. And there was a local case. The charges were dropped, but yet the DOJ picked this case up after it was dropped locally and raided his home. What's going on with the DOJ, Ted? And how can this be occurring in today's America?
Well, you know, I'm the head of a household. I'm a father and a husband and a grandfather. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a band leader. I'm a guide and I'm an outfitter. I'm a writer. And I just started writing a piece for the Texas Trophy Hunters Journal magazine. And I started listening because now the game departments of our country are so upside down. They're abandoning sound science as the foundation of game regulations, and they're going after human management instead of wildlife management. So I started my article out by saying, nobody trusts the alphabet soup bureaucracies in the United States of America when those bureaucracies were supposed to represent beneficial responsibilities and forward motion for we the people. Now nobody trusts the FDA. Nobody trusts the IRS. Nobody trusts the FBI. What a heartbreak. No one trusts the Department of Justice. Everyone with a conscience and a soul and a modicum of experimenting in self-government realizes that the Department of Justice is the department of the Democrat Party anti-justice gang. It's just heartbreaking. No one trusts the CIA. No one trusts the USDA. No one trusts the Bureau of Land Management. No one even trusts the U.S. Forest Service as they protect timber until the lightning strike comes and thousands of homes burn down. We, the people, are at a crossroads, Keith, and this is another manifestation of cultural atrocity, where we had a culture of law and order, where good people were protected with the heroes of law enforcement. And so I would address this horrific event thusly. Law enforcement, federal agents, local, city, state law enforcement heroes, we know why you got into that profession, because you have a warrior burning in your heart. You want to protect the sheep from the wolves. And now it has turned upside down. This is a horrible, horrible era for law and order and for secure streets and safe neighborhoods, when so many heroes of law enforcement continue to put on that badge and gun and put themselves in danger to protect the neighborhoods and protect the citizens, while some have abandoned that true north compass setting and they have followed immoral, illegal, oath-violating orders. So once again, I always end it thusly. We need to let our heroes of law enforcement in our hometowns know your sheriff, know your chief of police, know your state trooper commander, and let them know what you know. Bring this instance up to them and go, I hope you, chief of police, I hope you, sheriff, I hope you, state trooper commander, I hope you have the spirit and the warrior code to never obey an immoral, illegal, oath-violating command. But we have to also encourage those in the law enforcement community, those in the court system, speak up. When you see a judge violating his oath, when you see a law enforcement agent violating his oath, when you see a district attorney hiding mitigating evidence and hiding evidence that will exonerate those charged, you need to speak up. Where is your soul, America? I know when I see something bad, I condemn it vociferously. I don't back away and go, well, I don't want to ruffle feathers. My name is Ted Nugent. I don't want to ruffle feathers. I want to pluck them. We, the people, are begging you, regain your trust. Do the right thing, because right now, you're not doing the right thing.
You know what, Ted? Powerful stuff. And if you're listening, like you do most every night, to our listeners and viewers, first of all, Ted and I want to thank you. But what I'm going to ask you to do this evening is to post wherever it is that you're listening to, watching the Nightly Nuge, post how much you're enjoying it. Forward that to a friend and tell them to join you right here and get up to speed every single night and get Ted's most unique, accurate, truth, logic, and common sense approach to all the current issues, because you're not going to get it anywhere else, only right here on the Nightly News, where there is no fake news.